That is hilarious.
Good morning, St. Louis. It is 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. So y'all know what time it is. It's time for the St. Louis Hustle Podcast with your boy Cortez Hustle, my girl Michelle. Hey, and today we are talking about the most crazy phobias that you could have. So I want you to put in the comments, what is one weird thing that you are absolutely terrified of? And we're going to see if it makes the list of the top 10 strangest, weirdest phobias. So hustle on in here, man. Click that like button, click that share button. I guess we're going to kick it this morning, right? Is that what we're going to do this morning?
Do something.
Like, kick it, share it. Let's kick it.
Growing up in St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. I'm your boy Cortez Hustle. That's my girl Michelle. Hey, and we are coming to you live and direct from the Local Biz Marketing Pro Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're a small local business and you need help with your marketing, then call the Marketing Pros. Go to localbizmarketingpros.com. We're going to help you optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow, grow your revenue, so you can expand your operation and ultimately contribute more to the communities that you serve. That's localbizmarketingpros.com. Shelley.
Woo.
What
up, man?
Announcements before we
you got some announcements?
Yes.
What? I tell you.
We are, of course, we're going to get into Michelle's A Word of the Day. We're going to do some portrait of a millionaire in a second. We've got a great topic for you: 10 weirdest, strangest, craziest phobias that you could ever imagine. So comment in the chat. What's one thing that you are afraid of that is probably not that normal, right? Most people aren't afraid of that thing. So really quickly, no office hours tonight. I am dropping 2 new trainings in the group today, so you guys can be on the lookout for that. But office hours, because Michelle and I have an engagement later this evening, I won't be available for office hours. But we are excited about showing up tonight on the Playground Podcast After Dark, man.
After Dark.
I don't know what that means, Michelle. I'm a little nervous, but nevertheless, we're gonna show up and hang out with Doc Dillinger and the family tonight. So y'all make sure y'all go follow the brother, and y'all can see us again in prime time, ladies and gentlemen, on that. And I think that was the main 2 announcements. So, how was your weekend, sis?
It was cool. Real quick though, so this is the podcast that we're gonna be on this evening with Doc and the crew. I'm excited, but like you said, I don't know what to really expect. I think they're gonna take it easy on us. They're like our polar opposites. I think they promised to take it easy on us, but it should be a thrill ride, none the same.
Anytime people put After Dark in there,
right.
If the tagline is After Dark, I get nervous.
I was like, oh Lord, that's all right. I'm gonna just go with my Earl and my Bible. No, I'm gonna show up. I'd have been out after dark before. I'd have been to some playgrounds after dark a few times in my life. Now I'm gonna try not to have no old flare-ups. But look, don't let me have no flashbacks or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, Shell, you sugar shacking again. I'm so sorry. It was the show.
Fell off the wagon, messing around at that doggone playground.
I done fell off the monkey bars. So, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. You got great people showing up in one place. It's bound to be a party. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Absolutely. So my weekend was pretty chill. Kind of laid low this weekend. Had some stuff with the church this weekend, and yeah, it was a good time. I'll say this, like as I grow, in ministry and doing different things, learning, etc., etc. I am always inspired when people challenge my gospel gangster. And one of the things that some folks may not know about me is I love to pray. Now, I'm a praying person. I'm a praying grandmother. I pray, but with, somebody asked me to pray one-on-one. Hey, come on, give me your hands. Let's go before the throne. But when we're in a group setting, let's pray, Shell. Huh? Me? What? Right now?
Shell's gonna lead us in prayer.
Man, you talk about somebody want to run. I'm like, I was really? Man, so I attended intercessory prayer, and I got voluntold, you up next. And it all went well. I ain't cuss. I ain't say nothing inappropriate. I think that's what my mind be. I be like, Lord, or my inner thoughts gonna come outward. That's what I be concerned about, because it's public. You know what I'm saying? If I gonna start praying for the things that I pray about when it's just me and God, like, Lord, when is my husband really coming? I mean, Lord, I've been good. I've been trying to do X, Y. Is it gonna be that kind of prayer? Like, here's the thing, y'all better give me an agenda. Because we don't know how this thing gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I could be praying for bunions. I could be praying for all kind of craziness. Right. You might want to give me a directive.
So Michelle is the last person to say these words to just let the Spirit lead.
hey, I might be praying about lunchtime, Lord. They were out of they were out of the McRib at McDonald's, Lord. Please let them have the McRib back. Please, Jesus. No pickles, lots of onions in Jesus' name. But it went well. So I will I'm just grateful for that. And then I had an opportunity on the next day, or actually the same day, to do some outreach downtown. They have the heating shelters set up for when it's a little bit colder. So we went down and took donuts and hot cocoa to one of the heating shelters on I think it's Cote Brilliant, but it looked like Cote Brilliante.
Yeah.
And but we took some coffee and donuts, hot chocolate and donuts, down to the women and the men of that particular shelter, and also some toiletries. And just, took pictures with them and just hung out with them for a little bit. And it was a good time afterwards. It's funny when you take the time to get together with other people, you find out that people are sometimes in the same place. So these young, I'm gonna make it quick. These young ladies that we did this outreach with, you see people at church, but we had never come together before. So it was my daughter and myself, a couple girls from our praise team, a couple girls from a couple other ministries. You see them, in passing, but you never come together. So we're coming together. I don't know how we got on the subject of men, but when I tell you, we're all different age groups, all different backgrounds, but we were all single women and all had the same complaint or gripe about men, Christian men, or men that approach us or whatever. And it was cool. We went and did a lunch, and me, I'm just like, man, we should have been recording this, because it was great conversation. It was great. Me being the older, I'm always the oldest person, but me being the oldest person, and I think the youngest person was my daughter, and then everybody in between, we all had the same issue. And it was cool. It was refreshing, but it was a good time. So shout out to the ladies of my new inner circle. I think it's gonna be a regular thing we do, meeting for brunch after outreaches, and we're gonna try to pull more ladies in. So anyway, that was my weekend. What about you and your sugar? What y'all always be into new adventures? That's I kind of like y'all be on the road these days. What you been doing, you and your sugar?
Yeah.
Well, hey, sugar.
This weekend we caught a movie on Sunday, and if you are looking for a suspense thriller, then Missing is your movie. Interesting that
who's in that? I think I saw it. Yes, and yes,
they didn't do a lot of promo of it, So I was surprised that it was even out when we went to see A Man Called Otto. We saw that as one of the previews, but I didn't even know it was out. But when I tell you, all of my suspicions was wrong. You know, when you watch in suspense, you trying to guess. Oh, I think this person did it. Oh, this is. I've seen this before. This is how it's gonna turn out at the end. Nah. I
was trying to think of that movie because it's all black, not all black cast, but it's like black people are the main. Because you don't see movies about missing black folks. You just don't really see that. White folks be the ones that come up missing. So this really, I saw the preview and I was like, ooh.
No, they messed me up. There's a lot of twists and a lot of turns, and I like the way they even shot the movie because the movie was based around a teenage girl who lost whose mom came up missing. And they literally shot the movie with her living in her screen, as if that's how today's teens are.
Wow!
She was always in her phone or in her computer, FaceTiming and all of this kind of stuff. But she was cold at research, though. She was tracking her mama down. She was like, "Nah, this ain't happening. I'm going to
I like
her mama back." So
I'm a spoiler alert person. You tell me how it ends.
Nah, it's pretty good, man. Y'all gotta go check it out.
It was at the theater.
Yes, at the theater. It's at the
nice.
theater.
Eddie Murphy's got a new movie coming out soon.
Yeah, coming to
Eddie
Netflix,
Murphy.
On
Friday.
Netflix. I think it's coming to Netflix. I want to say it's coming straight to Netflix.
It's him and almost seems like it's gonna be kind of a guess who's coming to dinner kind of thing.
Him and Seth. People.
You people. I gotta write these down so I can stay up on these.
Yeah, so that should be a good one too.
All right, you people. All right.
But that was the weekend. So let's get into some Michelle A. Word of the day.
Right.
And now the Michelle A. Word of the day.
Woo, thank God for the time at the end. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Michelle A, coming at you with today's Michelle A. Word of the day. We are coming at you guys from 2 Timothy. Let me get back to my scriptures. Sorry, y'all. Wait, where it go? There it is. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. A familiar passage of scripture once again, but I feel it ties in super good with today's topic. And that passage is, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So today, as we have a little fun and we talk about phobias, what things what things are out there that kind of scare us. Some people are afraid of this, that, spiders, whatever. As we talk about that, I want you guys to just really remember in your core, God didn't give us a spirit of fear, right? Love, power, and a sound mind. Sound mind means, in most cases, when you think about the fears that we have, if you begin to dissect the fear, when you finish dissecting it, it's really not a fear anymore, right? It really comes down to a lot of rationale, right? But fear exists in the mind. Most fears, though they feel real, when you extract them and take them apart, they really don't have a whole lot of basis. So my challenge to you today is to face your fears, face your phobias, figure out what's going on, and apply the scripture. Know from the gut that God didn't give you that spirit to be afraid of something. And whatever it is that you may have a fear of or a phobia of today, know that God doesn't want that for you, and know that you can get past it. That's it. That is your Michelle A. Word of the day, people. Yeah.
Boom. And today's Michelle A. Word of the day is brought to you by our good friends over at Local Biz Marketing Pros. Ladies and gentlemen, digital marketing done right for local businesses. Make sure you check out localbizmarketingpros.com if you want to optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow, grow your revenue so you can expand your operation and contribute more to the communities that you serve. Local Biz Marketing Pros is the place to be. All right, Shell. So we've got this list of 10 craziest phobias. I want you to put in the comments, what is the craziest thing that you've ever heard of somebody being afraid of?
Man.
And, we're going to see if it makes the list, if it makes the cut. Give us the craziest thing that you have ever heard of somebody being afraid of.
Do you have any phobias? Yes, you said.
Yes, I am afraid of heights.
Really?
Yes.
Like ladder heights or plane heights? There's a difference.
Like if I can't jump that high, I probably shouldn't be up there.
Good rule of thumb. Good rule of thumb.
Right.
Man.
If I can't jump up there or down from there safely, I shouldn't be up there. So that's usually about 6 rungs. That's about 6 feet. I can jump from 6 feet to the ground and be okay. Wow. But if I go any higher than that, man, I get a little queasy.
Oh man. You know what? As I was, we were getting into this topic, I discovered I thought I didn't have as many as I do. So look like scripture apply to me. But one of the typical ones that I have, and I'm gonna say it, I don't think I've ever admitted it because it probably is obvious to most people. Although some people, for me to have a crooked smile, okay, cheese. People compliment my crooked smile often. I don't often compliment my own crooked smile, and that is due to me having a dental phobia, right? And that is a fear of the dentist. And because of negative experiences, when I was a kid, my baby teeth came in crooked. And when them teeth fell out, the other teeth came in crooked. And my mom's philosophy, bless her heart, her philosophy was, y'all don't need no doggone braces. You already got glasses, and you say they tease you because of that. You don't need no doggone braces. You always complaining it. And so I never had braces as a child. And then because they came in, so crazy as a child, I had to have several oral surgeries as a child. And they always say this ain't gonna hurt. Now, most of them, granted, I was asleep for, but there were some that I was awake for. When they said it didn't hurt, it hurt. And just, I remember that from childhood. From childhood all the way up through, I remember being 18. It just was a crazy situation. And it just set in that I didn't like the dentist. And I just, didn't, I tried to handle it on my own. And this is what you got. So that's my most extreme phobia, which,
and it's so funny that we don't realize that you're gonna get teased as a child,
right?
But you're going to be an adult for so much longer. So me being teased with braces for a couple years versus me doing the rest of my adult life with permanently straight teeth.
Right,
like,
man.
I get that. I get that. So fear of heights for me, man. I really don't like to be. I remember we went to. I'm trying to think if this was with our church or another church. We went to a campground, and that campground, one of the major things is they had zip lining. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, I can do some zip lining. But what I did not know, Michelle, was that you had to climb up to the platform to get to your zip line.
And be the worst ones.
And I got all my boys with me, so I can't talk to them about overcoming fear. And so we literally had to climb up a telephone pole, walk across a wire, and then get to the spot and finally get up on the platform and go down. Man, it was some of the most rickety stuff. Like, okay, if I'm gonna climb a pole, it's not the pole that's gonna be swinging back and forth. Come on, y'all, y'all telling me that, oh, don't worry about it, it's solid. It don't feel solid.
Man.
I'm going across the wire. So if you're on a wire, like if you do this, like like I'm slowing down the line, Michelle. I'm taking my time and my son, come on, Daddy.
Right,
you don't shut your butt up.
Hey, stay in your place. Yeah, you want to be a dad at that moment.
I'm gonna be on the other end of that zip line waiting on your butt. So you gotta shut up and let me get across.
Man, but that had to be big. You made it. You made it. That wasn't in Atlanta, was it? Because man, they got a joint like that in Atlanta, and this.
I can't remember where we were, but it was me and at least 3 or 4 of my sons, and I was like, man, wait, what? I gotta do what? And because I'm all excited, oh yeah, I ain't zip line, I ain't nothing. Because I'm thinking about an elevator lift to the zip line.
I will get a ride to the top.
I got 2 seconds to zip on down. I can stomach that for 2 seconds, man.
Right.
About 30 minutes to climb that pole and get across that wire. So
yeah.
Talk about phobias today. Give us what is the weirdest thing you've ever heard of somebody being afraid of? Or if you are that somebody and you're afraid of something weird, then give it to us. So we're gonna count down from 10 to 1. And I'm going to give you guys another phobia that's not on the list, but we all got to watch out for. So you got to stick around to the end. Number 10 on our list is something called geniophobia. Now, I'm always looking at the word in the genealogy of the word genio. I'm like, what is a genio?
Right.
And so I know phobia is fear. What is a genio? Y'all would not believe that there are people on this planet that are overwhelmingly afraid of chins.
Boom.
Chins, yes.
I'm afraid.
The innocuous body part attached to the lower part of your face. Further phobias of seemingly innocent body parts include geniophobia, fear of knees.
I'm
scared of knees.
I got scared of knees.
Chirophobia, and this is a little weird, fear of hands, because
chiro
makes me think of chiropractic, makes me think of back, not hand. But chirophobia,
good luck.
Chiropractic, because they work with their hands to crack your back. All right.
Good luck with the next one.
Right. And then this other one is Ishikaskadigaphobia. Ishikaskadigaphobia, phobia, which is fear of elbows. So when they were talking about throwing them bows, right? It was really messing with some people's minds and hearts and stuff, because people are really out here scared of elbows. These phobias can make normal social interactions extremely difficult. Treatment through therapy is highly recommended. So I can't play football because I'm really scared of knees.
Man,
I can't play football because I'm afraid of knees.
I'm afraid of knees, elbows,
knees, elbows, chins, hands. Wait, what?
Bad.
You're afraid of hands?
That's you. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm. As we get into this thing, we're gonna definitely expound on it, because chins. Now I understand folk got too many chins. Like I got one. I got a little part, a little back there. I'm trying to work on that. Get rid of that one. Folks that got more than one chin, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But I'm afraid of it. You afraid to look in the mirror then, because you got a chin on the end of your face. Like, what is that? You couldn't. How do you? Yeah, probably look in the mirror and be like,
they got one of those mirrors where they can only see their eyes.
I would just make sure I'm good from here up. Just from here up. I don't need to know what's going on down there. Man. All right, number 9. This one blew me away, but I think I know some folks that got number 9. And it is ablutophobia. Ablutophobia. And it is the fear of washing and bathing, people.
Wait, what?
Washing, as my grandma would say, and bathing. People scared to take a bath. Now, wait a minute.
Now I've got a excuse. So anybody see me out in the streets and they catch me slipping, hey man, I got a disease. This is a beautophobia.
I got a beautophobia. What's that smell? A beautophobia. Oh, is that what it is? You know, when you were talking about as well, a blutophobia. I was like, a beautophobia? That ain't beautiful. That's the opposite.
I got a blutophobia. Don't be teasing me.
Exactly right. It's a sickness. It's a condition. Easily solved with soap and water.
About them little funky kids. Oh, bless his heart. The baby got a blutophobia.
Don't bless that heart. We ain't blessing that one. Although many children are resistant to being washed, this condition is much less common in adults, we would think. However, for a rare few, the thought of stepping under a shower is quite literally terrifying. The good news for ablutophobia Phobias is that skipping the occasional shower can help to preserve natural oils. The devil is a lie. Can help preserve natural oils and good bacteria that protect your skin and help to prevent disease. Don't let the devil use you. However, making it a regular habit is unlikely to benefit either your health or your social life. Listen, every day, get it in that soap and water, please. Ain't no such thing as preserving oils and skin. Too much stuff on the market for that. You wash it away, you put it back on. It's just that easy.
Well,
don't skip it. Folks be like, oh, I'm preserving. It's a lot of naturalists out there that'll skip a bath and say use the natural soap and natural deodorant. Don't use natural soap and natural deodorant. They will fail you every time. Okay, get on the market and get some chemicals.
Well,
get that stuff off for you.
Have you ever wondered why or how the misconception that if you go outside right after a shower, you're going to catch the flu or pneumonia, or after you wash your hair, you go outside and you're going to get, because your parents told you that, right? You can't go outside right after you take a shower, you're going to get sick.
Because your pores are open.
Nah, because you just washed off all of your healthy bacteria.
And your pores are open.
Nope. You just literally disinfected yourself. You literally sanitize. Nope. It has nothing to do. This is why it's believed that extraterrestrials don't mess with this planet. Right? There is a bacteria that covers this planet called lactobacillus.
Come on, Bill Nye Science Guy.
That bacteria literally kills every other bacteria. That's why it's hard. That's why you can have a bacteria like Streptococcus and all of those that are really dangerous, but they don't seem to kill as many people. You think that this bacteria is so dangerous, it will kill a lot more people. Well, you have to have the perfect circumstances of a very low lactobacillus count for that particular bacteria to get in and actually cause you harm. So when they talk about the natural oils, it is very real, and we have been conditioned to so you can. It's like when you can wash something, but then you can also disinfect. So, and I'm not saying don't take a shower, people. I'm just saying know what you're doing when you're taking a shower. You are literally washing off, especially with the harsher soaps and stuff like that. You are literally washing off all of your healthy bacteria, and it will replenish itself, but you are creating an opportunity of vulnerability every time you do that. So
we try to tell y'all don't take no bath.
Just know that there's some things that we do in our culture that think about it. We are the only of God's creatures that do that.
Oh, here you go. You grab the Lord by the shoulder. Come on, Lord, you're coming over to this conversation.
I'm just saying that do that so regularly because we created a world that is not natural. So we have to be natural in this world. Yeah.
We didn't like the stinky stank.
Yeah, because we created situations where we have to be in confined spaces to work and all that kind of stuff. If we were living, on the land like most people, we'd be outside all the time, man.
And the stinky stank will be worse.
Your funk doesn't necessarily bother me as much when we're in the great outdoors. It's only when we come into confined spaces where everybody's funk and thickness of their lactobacillus bacteria really becomes a problem.
But wouldn't your funk get to you?
Of course not. Why do you think people who are funky never know that they're the ones that are funky?
Denial.
Because it's right under their nose.
Right. They the first to smell it.
No, but it's the same way like everybody's house has a smell. But when you leave your house, you don't realize that your house has a smell unless you're gone for a little while, and then you come on like, oh, that's how my house normally smells.
Ooh, and then sometimes people had a house smell on them. You be like, ooh, they smell like house.
And they don't know.
That's why I be boiling fabuloso.
It's part of them. So
like
I'm not saying that you don't take a shower, people, but there is science behind you putting these harsh chemicals on your body and cleaning all of your there's a scientific benefit to being just a little bit sour.
There's a science to being funky. There it is. You heard it here first. See, that's what I love about our podcast. We educate the folks. You didn't know being funky was a science. So next time you roll up on somebody funky, they didn't just wake up like that. It took time and practice, and they're probably smarter than you think because it took a science to get there.
But I'm gonna look it up for y'all. We're gonna get in.
You know what? Can we get to number 8? Can we get to number? Look at we did. That's the next show. Lactobacillica, bacteria. We're gonna be talking lactose intolerance bacteria. Talk about that.
So let us know in the comments, man. What is the weirdest thing that you've heard that somebody is afraid of? So far we've got chins, knees, elbows, and hands,
toes,
and a good old shower. Now I can get that washing and bathing. They should have said showering, because you could have a phobia of, upside. Kevin Hart on the upside. He goes into the man's shower, and he's in the rich man's house, and he goes into the shower, and the water comes straight down. And some people can feel like they drowning a little bit under a shower, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I can get that.
Take a bath.
Just regular bathing, that's a little weird. So number 8 on our list. Oh, man, why you keep
good luck with it.
Tough ones?
Ooh, you got this one.
Syngenesophobia. 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 SYNGENESO phobia.
It's
fear.
I got it.
Of relatives.
All day, especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay, funerals, weddings. Oh, I got it. And you know what? I don't think I want to cure it. I think I'm going to just hold on to mine.
Many of us experience embarrassment or irritation with our families at times. Howsoever, those with syngenesophobia suffer from an excessive fear of their relatives. Unless there is a specific, explicable reason for these fears, it is worth seeking help to alleviate this phobia and help you bond with relatives, as research shows that forming strong family ties can help to increase lifespan. So,
no, thank you.
You're afraid of your relatives. Well, I'm going to tell you this, Michelle. I've got some relatives that I absolutely have all of the reason to be afraid of them jokers is because they try to kill us.
There you go. Right. I'm going to stay afraid. Keep your purse close to you. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Afraid. But that's a weird one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that even happen though? Because like, if you're afraid of relatives, you have to first be afraid of people. Mm-hmm. Because you don't just come into the world knowing who your relatives are. Right. Is that how I found out I had a distant cousin? Is because when they came around, I started breaking out in hives. Oh, they must be related to me.
You know what? I think that this is one of the ones that can be developed probably from childhood. Although, let me put on my doctor. I should have a stethoscope to put around my neck. Although they don't mention it, but I think that's one of the ones that can be rooted from childhood, right? Because let's just say, as a child, you have a parent that says maybe it's Thanksgiving or Christmas, hypothetically, and you got relatives coming over, and the fear is implanted that relatives coming near is a bad thing. That seed is planted, relatives coming over, relatives coming around present something bad. So if I'm a little kid and I'm watching my mom or my dad, who I'm very close to, I'm watching them prepare, and I'm seeing them in dread and regret, and I'm seeing them anxious, and I'm seeing all these bad things, that may transfer to me, especially as a young child. And because mom and daddy didn't like it, now I don't like it. Relatives are coming over. I hate relatives. I don't want to. And I can see, you know, in a wrong environment, that festering and growing into a disdain and becoming a phobia. You know what I'm saying? It kind of turns into dislike, into now I'm just afraid, and now there's anxiety present. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what maybe creates the phobia of something. So is that anxiety?
I can see that because if you grew up in the hood, we all got that family on the block, or you were that family on the block, that every time those jokers got together, it ended with the police at their house.
Oh my God.
so
that's
somebody is gonna get cut, stabbed, shot. There's a fight going on. Somebody
every time Rico come around.
Every holiday, these jokers get together.
Every time.
And
you know Rico can't hold his liquor. You know it. You know he can't.
Sure. So yeah, if I'm a kid and every time there's a holiday or a family gathering, and I know that it's gonna be some stuff that could scar me and be very traumatic for me in my life. Okay, so I can.
It's conceivable. Look, that's where the phobia is called drunk uncle phobia. You know what I'm saying? When people have a fear, they drunk uncle. You know what I'm saying? Because he always show up, and if you ain't got a drunk uncle in your life, get you one. Okay. Shout out to my Uncle John. No, I'm just playing. But now get you a drunk uncle in your life, be around him for a while. You know what I'm saying? Or a drunk 18.
Now watch this. This is how it starts to come together. And because of these experiences with these family outings that end with the police, I was the kid who, during one of the fisticuffs, caught an elbow to the face. So now I got the fear of the elbows, and I'm fearful of my family.
Yep.
So yeah.
And you got hit in the chin, and your chin swelled up. So now you look in the mirror and see a big chin. Now you scared of your chin.
I'm scared of chins.
It all comes to yep. And then when you got hit, you fell on your knees and scraped your knees. Now you're scared of knees because your knees hurt. Yeah. Scared of Megan's knees now. Sugar can't even do what she want to do because you don't like knees. Sugar's like, well, let me. No, I don't like knees, Sugar. No, it's an ugly cycle. Vicious and ugly. Number 7. I've heard of this before, and I thank God for Jesus that I don't have it. It is neophobia, and that is the fear of new things. I know folks with neophobia, but the fear of new things. While many people are weary of change, neophobia is a phobia that refers to an intense and irrational fear of all new things and experiences. Neophobia can impact on happiness and well-being, as sufferers miss out on many life-enhancing experiences. When applied to the diet, it can also mean that sufferers miss out on various healthy foods and nutrients. Research has also shown that the stress of neophobia can shorten life expectancy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I would tend to agree with that as well. Anybody that knows me, I just had this conversation with my one of my kids over the weekend. I love new stuff. I love new places. I love new people. I love new experiences and love new food. Woo! Because how do you know unless you try it, right? Once you try it, that's how you know if you like it or not. And if you don't like it, guess what? You never have to do it again. But if you don't try it, you never really know. You're just assuming it's not going to be good based off what you think. And your mind, sometimes your mind can be deceiving. And sometimes your mind is not your friend. I know it's yours and it belongs to you, but your mind is not always on your side.
Yeah, that one for me is very weird. Otis, my friend, good morning, brother. That one is very weird because, like, what do you, how can we surmise that someone developed this fear of new things? Because you can't be born with it, because as a child, everything is new to you, right? So what traumatic event could happen to a person that says, you know what? F new things. I'm not the new ever in my life.
I ain't do that again.
I'm so stuck on I'm not trying no new food. I'm not trying no new clothes. I'm not trying no new nothing. Everything is the same. right?
Yeah.
You go in their closet and look like Steve Jobs, right? Steve Jobs had that black turtleneck and those black jeans, those black faded jeans that he wore all the time.
Yep.
But you know why he did that, right? He said, because that's the last thing I want to waste any of my mental energy on, trying to figure out what I'm going to wear in the morning. So I already know I'm going to get up and I'm going to put on this black turtleneck and these black jeans that's all faded. And I'm going to do that every day. That's one less thing for me to have to think about.
That's an interesting approach. I'm not gonna say my relative's name, but I have a relative and I love her so because she's my favorite relative in the whole wide world, which probably just put her out there and be like, hey, come Michelle. But I love her, and she'll say this about herself. We go out to eat and she'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna try. Nope, going right back to boom, she got her 2 meals. We go to Applebee's, she's gonna do if they ain't got the it's like a pasta dish or something like that, and it's quite tasty. And she'll either go to that or like chicken. She had a few staples, but back in the day, she was just like chicken strips. You know, she has kind of broadened her horizons. But back in the day, boy, we go to Applebee's, chicken strips. We go to a different restaurant. Y'all got chicken strips?
Yeah. No,
and she'd be like, I'm not getting out there trying that new. Keep it. I'm gonna go with what I know.
My sugar is the same way. Chicken strips or fried shrimp. Like those are the only 2 things.
Yeah.
She's like, you ain't got chicken strips, you ain't got shrimp. Just give me some fries.
Right.
Fries.
Let me go with what I know. Exactly.
With the fries. Me, on the other hand, you said that was what? Squid? Yeah, bring some down. I don't know.
That's man. I'm telling you. I told you. I think last year I told you guys I tried the ceviche, which is raw fish, right? And the fish it's not really raw, but the fish is cooked in lemon juice, so it's not cooked over heat. It's cooked in the acidity of lemon juice, and it's served cold, chill. Man, that's good eating. But just to the naked ear and naked eye, you're like, oh, who can they eat that? And I must admit, when I first saw it on the menu, I was like, oh, but I was convinced to try it. And man, it's good eating. It is good eating. So yeah, I definitely I like weird stuff, as my kids put it.
Yeah, she literally is trying some very common stuff, like for the first time ever. Like just last year, or maybe it might even been this year. Avocado for the first time ever.
Really?
I'm like,
I got to get my people with your sugar together.
Never had no guacamole ever in your whole life, you know.
Man.
Want no doggone guacamole.
My relative, she just had crab rangoon for the first time last year. Crab rangoon. Now, you know, black folks, crab rangoon, that's a staple.
Yeah.
She'd eat fried rice, but she's like, oh, keep that goon stuff to yourself. She just had crab rangoon for the first time last year. She was like, I love it.
Wow.
I've been missing out. This is delicious. I was like, look at my dog.
Crazy.
Crazy. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about phobias. Give us in the comments one of the weirdest things you have ever heard someone to be afraid of, right? So we talked about being afraid of chins, knees, elbows, hands, being afraid of washing and bathing. And really, I think that's being afraid of water coming out the shower, I think. Fear of relatives, like I guess trauma could cause that. Fear of new things. Number 6, date-nophobia is fear of dinner conversations. While many people suffer from a general form of social anxiety, date-nophobia takes a rather more specific twist and is restricted to a fear of carrying on a conversation while eating. Well, some people spray it when they see it, and my food. Like, although this can cause discomfort and awkwardness for dinner party guests, it seems that date-nophobics could be onto something. Remaining silent while eating can actually help benefit digestion. So you got people who are afraid of dinner conversations. You know why I'm afraid of dinner conversations, Michelle? Because I'm like Kevin Hart, right? Sometimes people say stuff that I don't want to hear, and I got to pretend like I didn't hear it.
While you're eating?
While I'm eating, right? Yes. Couples get to arguing, and stuff starts to come out, And I'm like, I don't need
Trying to
to
enjoy my
hear
food.
all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to enjoy my food.
Man, that's something. I'm the opposite. I'm a chatty Cathy now, and I'm a chatty Cathy. If I'm engaged in great conversation, I'll stop eating. And folks will be, especially if I'm in a date situation and the conversation is good. I love good conversation, folks. I love it, love it, love it. You know, and so if I am engaged in the conversation, I'm push play to the side. I can get a doggy bag. I can eat that at the crib. Let's continue this great conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I hate it because sometimes people kind of misinterpret that. Some guys misinterpret. You're not gonna eat. You're not embarrassed to eat. Look, let me tell you something. I'm as old as I am and as big as I am. I ain't scared to eat nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't shamefaced about eating. I'd rather have this conversation. I can eat later. Okay, eating ain't going out of style. But this conversation, I am prioritizing the conversation above my appetite right now. Thank yourself, because sometimes if the conversation is not hidden, I'm gonna be like this. I ain't even gonna look up.
Yeah, let's
let me get this. Let me get this real quick. Right? Are you done yet? Are you finished? Because I'm ready. When I look up, I'm ready for the check. Let's go. You're welcome. So there it is.
So that's weird. Give me one-on-ones. Comment in a chat. What is something that you've heard of someone being really afraid of that is really, really weird? We got 5 more to go, and we're gonna rush through them. But before we get to those 5, we got to get into some Portrait of a Millionaire. If you're new to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast, every episode I do a segment called Portrait of a Millionaire based on this book, The Millionaire Next Door. It gives you a little inside look into what an actual millionaire looks like, because we all got an idea of what wealthy people look like based on TV, but it's a lie, y'all. It ain't real. Some of us are in Walmart, of all places, in line in front of or behind millionaires, and we don't even know. We suspect that a millionaire wouldn't even be in Walmart, but that's why they're millionaires. So let's get to some Millionaire Next Door. All right, we start off every segment of The Millionaire Next Door with the 7 factors of millionaires. If you're doing any of these 7 things, or if you're doing all of these 7 things, you have a greater chance of becoming a millionaire. Live below your means, allocate your time, energy, and money efficiently in ways conducive to building wealth. They believe that financial independence is more important than displaying high social status. You know, those people who look rich but ain't rich, right? Their parents did not provide economic outpatient help. Their adult children are economically sufficient. They are proficient in targeting market opportunities. They look for ways to come up all the time. And then they choose the right occupation. So let's give you one other key to look out for. So it says about millionaires, our household's total annual realized taxable income is right around $131,000 a year, while our average income is $247,000 a year. So think about it. These folks ain't making a boat ton of money, right? It's what they're doing with their money. Note that those of us who have income in the $500,000 to $999,000 category and the 1 million or more actually skew the numbers. So you have more people who are literally making less than $130,000, right around $130,000 a year, but based on what they're doing with their money, right? Saving 20% of it. So for investments and things of that nature, is causing them to march down the road to economic independence than even some of those who are making those high 6 figures in terms of $500,000 to $1 million per year. So it's all about the 7 factors, and it's all about what you do with your money. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Portrait of a Millionaire right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by our good friends over at the St. Louis Griffins basketball franchise. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, these folks are building something special for the St. Louis community, and they need your help. They're raising money to fund a basketball team right here in St. Louis, and you can attach your business to this brand. They can do some marketing for you. So go to stlouisgriffins.com/partnerships to learn all about the partnership opportunities that they have for small local businesses. So there you go. There you go. Michelle's in the building.
Yes, yeah. I support the Griffins. I ain't know if y'all knew.
That's it.
I support the Griffins.
It's going down.
There
It's going down. So we've got 10 minutes, Michelle, to hit these last 5.
We finna hit them quick.
So
y'all gonna get the edited version.
You with number 5.
Number 5 is heliphobia or hylephobia. Heliphobia is what I'm gonna call it. Fear of sunlight. It's a rare.
That one is helophobia.
Helophobia.
You got a lot of phobia.
That's a helophobia. Okay, that's a helophobia. All right.
It is a fear of phobia.
Yes, Ella. Fear of sunlight, a rare but unfortunate condition. It refers to the fear of sunlight. Not only does going out in the sunlight instigate severe feelings of anxiety and panic in sufferers, but it also excites the experience, or excuse me, the experience. The anxiety is also triggered by the experience of like bright lights. So most of the people with this condition, it is associated to, I guess, being afraid of the dangers of the sun, et cetera, et cetera. Unless you happen to be a vampire, avoiding the sun is entirely impossible. It can also be dangerous to your well-being as well, because we need the sunlight, y'all. We need that. So, yeah, people who have a fear of it. Now, there are some people who can't go into the sunlight. Totally different situation. These are people who have an anxiety that is triggered by going outside and having the sun shine on them. And that can be, you know, a mental thing. We are not talking about the medical condition. We are speaking just solely of the mental condition that's triggered by anxiety. So, ooh. Okay. All right. Go ahead. That next one is all you.
Number 4. She always give me these tough ones. Arachnophobia.
Yeah.
ARACHIBUTYRO phobia. This is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
Folks, I got nothing else to do. Stop it. Stop it. You scared of that? Don't eat peanut butter.
I'll tell you, if you want to see something that's really weird, give your dog peanut butter. And
dogs have it.
And let that peanut butter get stuck to the roof of their mouth and watch.
Maybe dogs have that phobia. I can see it, but people make a choice.
It may not be a debilitating or life-altering condition. I beg to differ, because I've been choked by peanut butter before. Yet no list of weird phobias would be complete without this one. The inexplicable fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. While peanut butter is clearly not obligatory for a healthy and satisfactory life, this phobia could miss out on, people with this phobia could miss out on the speculated health benefits of peanut butter, including its ability to lower cholesterol and help ward off heart disease. So, yeah, you got to.
I ain't did face in a while. That's foolishness. You know what? I ain't even gonna give it no life. I'm gonna go get me some peanut butter when we off the air, and I'm gonna all in the roof of my mouth. That's what peanut butter's job is to stick to the roof of your mouth. That's like, the job of peanut butter. Literally, other than to be peanutty.
You bite that peanut butter sandwich, and it is going to stick to the roof of your mouth. Just
peanut butter's doing its job, people. It's been peanut butter has been peanut buttering since peanut been butter. Do you hear what I'm saying? Jesus, it ain't. Stop it, people. Okay, number 3, geliophobia. I'm totally against this one because I love to laugh. It's the fear of laughter. Who's afraid of laughter? Stop playing with. Quit playing with the church's money, people.
Look, Mark said, "What about Reese's peanut butter cups?"
delicious. Delicious. And they could stick to the roof of your mouth, but I think with peanut butter and chocolate, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it. It's worth the discomfort. I'm just saying. Giliophobia. Many studies suggest that laughter is great for your health. The Bible say it do it good like a medicine. Okay. Helping to build social bonds and improve mental health and look after the heart. However, for those suffering from giliophobia, the act of laughing or being around those who laugh can actually cause overwhelming fear and anxiety. Stop it. Suggested reasons for giliophobia are anxiety about laughing in inappropriate situations or being laughed at by others. Let me tell you something. I've been in both situations. I've been laughed at by many. I've been in many situations where I've laughed and I shouldn't have laughed. I've had a great time. You know what I'm saying? I've had a great laughing when you ain't supposed to laugh. Ain't no better laughter in the whole wide world. Boy, I get tickled at funerals. I get tickled in business meetings. And boy, once the tickleation begins, that's the best thing.
That's my sugar and her brother. They can't be in the same place at the same time. Like when you're in a serious setting, he has a look that if she looks at him, if
you look at
that if he looks at her and she got the look, like
it's a wrap.
Just rolling on the floor, like you said, in the funeral, in church, in a business meeting, at the doctor, somewhere they ain't got no business busting out laughing. It can go down when them two are in sync and they see some of the same stuff and they're thinking the same thing. All they gotta do is look at each other and it's going down.
I love it. It's the best thing. I think that's the best laugh. Endorphins are released. I was in a whole, I'm trying to think whether the funeral or business meeting was the better. I think, you know what? I'm gonna go with the funeral. I laughed so hard during the funeral for a relative. Sorry, Lord. I laughed so hard. And when I laugh, of course, big folks, the shoulders get to going. and then I cry when I laugh hard and the vein in the middle of my forehead pop out. I cried and laughed so hard, they thought I got the Holy Ghost. The ushers came over, was fanning me and rocking me. I had to excuse myself. When I say I had to stand out in the hallway and I laughed 20 minutes by myself.
Wow.
Baby, I missed all that. Go to Jesus. I missed it. It was a good time though. Woo.
Number 2 on our list, choreophobia.
I'll never have
fear of dancing.
Nightclubs,
weddings, and small children in tutus fill you with an overwhelming sense of dread. You could be suffering from choreophobia, the fear of dancing. Regardless of dance ability and whether or not you are required to hit the dance floor, any situation or event that relates to dancing can be a source of fear and a choreophobic. So yeah, I don't, it is not a tremendous fear of mine, but if my wife asks me to dance, I gotta dance. And that's not good for anybody to see these old rickety bones trying to move at rhythm with any beat whatsoever. So
let me find out you ain't got no rhythm.
It's a little bit of a fear. I wouldn't say it's a phobia, but I get a little anxiety about being in a situation where the potential for me to be asked to dance.
You ain't got no rhythm. You ain't got no rhythm.
I got rhythm. It's just on the 1 and the 3 and not the 2 and the 4.
Ooh, so you that guy to be getting out there. Oh wow. Wow. I'm gonna have to invite y'all someplace where dancing will take place. Sugar, get your man on the floor, Sugar. And see the look on your face.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, you will see that anxious look like
deer in the headlights.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, there it is. All right, number 1. This one just blew me away, and I was just like, all right, help the people, Jesus. It is, I better hurry up. It is octophobia, the fear of opening one's eyes. Lord, I don't ever want that. I want to open them every day. If ever an award was given for the most inconvenient phobia, it would have to go to octophobia, the fear of opening one's eyes. Although the act of opening our eyes is something that few of us ever give thought to, for octophobics, this simple daily act can be a nightmare. Luckily, if you are reading this list, you most likely aren't suffering from it. I'm just mystified Because I don't understand. Will you walk around like this all day? I ain't opening them. I'm up, but I ain't up. How you navigate life? I don't understand it. But
yeah, that's
I digress.
That's weird. And then when you do open them, you never want to close them. So you don't have to
It's
go
like,
opening them again. So now I done opened them for the first time today, and now I'm walking around like this.
Man, what do you get scared when you open them? You're like, close them back. What do you do? Like,
yeah, that one is super weird. Super weird. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys had as much fun as we had just going over this list. Again, check us out. Be on the lookout for Michelle and myself prime time tonight as we hang out in the playground.
The playground after dark.
If y'all ever wanted to get a load of what Cortez Hustle and Michelle A are after dark, come on now.
Man.
We like Gremlins, feed us after midnight, right? See us on this live stream after dark and watch what happened, right? Watch like it's a different show. See, we a family show here in the morning. This is a morning show.
We a family show.
Catch us after dark though and see what happens.
Oh my.
Catch us after dark and see what happens.
Catch us after dark at the playground.
At the playground, right?
Oh my.
Get me outside of this office after dark. Oh, you don't want
catch me on the swings at the playground. Oh my. On the slide and the monkey bars.
So it is going down tonight. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you can, check us out on the playground tonight as well. We'll be having some interesting conversations about growing our communities and some of the things that are plaguing our communities and what we can do. We've got a fun crew that we're going to be hanging out with tonight. Mr. Billinger.
Shout out to y'all.
It's going to be fun. So come hang out with us.
Shout out to Doc.
We'll see y'all then. Until then, get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it. Each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.